So you think that a Sanatan board can get that done? What's your vision essentially?
My concept towards Sanatana Dharma is not something new, but everyone are expressing it in different ways. I said there should be a common platform across India, across our nation. If any kind of violations happen for Hindu Dharma in the name of programs, in the name of cultural issues would arise, abuse is happening, sanctity of religious place being desecrated, a lot of temples being desecrated, the sanctity of the particular temple is being violated. So there is no common voice. Imagine if something happens to a mosque somewhere, entire India from Kashmir to till end of till Kanyakumari, the people respond the same if something happens. So why can't it be happening? If something happens in Ayodhya, it should echo in southern part of India. Something happens in southern part of India, it should echo in Jammu also. So there is no, maybe different mutts are trying to do. I feel when there is a Waqf board, which will protect the interest of Islamic interest, why can't it be?
So it's like a Waqf board is what you're saying there should be for Hindus.
I'm not exactly saying exactly on lines of Waqf board, but some common board where everyone will have a voice. If some desecration is happening in a temple regarding Ma Saraswati, for example, why there should be so much of debate on Lord Ayyappa's whether for entry? There should be a group, a common group from across India, from all the states should say that you're not supposed to touch it. That would give a stronger message, that would protect them. Otherwise, the devotees are feeling deeply hurt and there is no one particular group is supporting them.
But isn't that what the courts is for? For example, in the Sabrimala case, it reached the courts. Then there's the other
Would
argument.
they do the same thing for Islam? Why it's only for Hinduism, why they should go to courts? Why it should be all the judicial, why only temples are under judicial purview?
The other counter to it is that why not have temples under state government control, which we see in some states also. Is that the solution?
And then northern part of India, it is under trust name. I think, I personally feel sometimes where is the need for governments to control temples?
You feel that should be done away with?
Somewhere there should be some kind of middle path to it. Complete control of government, because a lot of violations are happening. And temples are not a source of income, should not become a source of income to government. They're supposed to be the custodians or somewhere they should be able to protect temples. It is not a source of income, especially in southern part of India. I can say Tamil Nadu or Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. They view, the broader view in public is, it has been viewed as a income source for government. I think that is not the right thing. It is people have faith and they put money in the name of God, and that should be used for dharmic charities. That has become a practice of debate there, because when you make it a government agency, when you make it temples under government protection, government control, the problem is they'll look at it as another department.
Which is what it is, HRC.
Actually, it should not be. You're supposed to protect the Dharma for Hindu Dharma. And the problem in Tirupati is people who doesn't belong to Hindu Dharma, if they're a part of that religion, part of that administration, maybe there are a lot of violations happen. Whether they do it intentionally or unintentionally doesn't matter. But if it is completely Hindu, we have the right to ask. The moment a non-Hindu does some mistake, either intentional or unintentionally, it can escalate into something else, which we unwanted conflict, which is not expected out of it. So better first start correcting within and bring a lot of transparency. A lot of temple lands have been taken away. Each temple has around 1,000 acres. Each temple has around 500 acres, the minimum smallest temple. And we don't know where those lands are. Even in Tirupati, a lot of devotees, right from across India, they give those stamp papers. They donate lands to Lord Balaji. So what happened to those lands? Where are they? How are they being protected? So these are the questions. I think this is what the Sanatana Rakshana Board should be addressing it.
You mentioned Tirumala Tirupati. There is a decision that was taken now by the TTD. Do you back it of not having non-Hindus?
I think we should know. Do you expect you go to Mecca and ask Hindus to be there in the administration?
But should you look at religion when it comes to
Yes.
work and efficiency?
No,
I'm sure
it should be
they may have
only
been loyal non-Hindu employees, part of
No, that is
TTD for
nothing
many
wrong.
years.
There is nothing wrong. You go to a Jewish synagogue and you expect a non-Jewish to be there. You go to Mecca, you want to expect a Hindu to be there. You go to a church and you go to Jerusalem, you expect non-Christians to be there. No, it is not. I think one should be very clear about it. I don't have any confusion about that. Hindus, temple should be controlled only by Hindus. There is no second thought.
When months ago the controversy broke out over the laddoos that are given at Tirumala Tirupati, I know it's a case right now that's going on in the Supreme Court, but what did you first feel as a devotee of Lord Balaji when you heard that maybe these the ghee that's used in these laddus is impure, that lacks consume? What was your emotion?
Because for me it is unlike others, because I was Balaji is quite close to all of us, and it is not about today because being there. Because I was named in my naming ceremony was done when I was a kid. When I was 6 months old, my naming ceremony was done in Tirumala only. So my connect is at a very deeper level. And one of my grandfather, my mother's side grandfather, my maternal grandfather, one of his brother used to work in Balaji, in Tirumala. So always we believe in the sanctity of the temple. And it is a Tirupati Prasad is something like the rarest of the rarity for all of us. It is like maybe if you're a little, maybe you connected, maybe you'll get Prasad, but otherwise when my father, a simple employee son, I was an employee's son. So it used to be any Prasad, even this much, it used to be a treasure for us. So, and after I came into politics, there are a lot of issues always used to be surrounded regarding Tirumala. And last 5 years, we had been seeing the quality is going down. And a lot of, right from it started with the sanctity of temple is being violated in multiple levels, and especially the food making, the raw material contracts are not giving to the right people. And they are managing it like some kind of their personal business. So people have been complaining about the quality of prasad is deteriorating and there is something is wrong with it. That's what I used to keep on hearing. And I think 2-3 times I think I addressed it. But now when it came to when it came to this point, I felt it was not a surprise for me. And first time when it happened in NDA meeting, it is Honorable CM Sri CBNG was saying it, she was sharing with us. I think that was a surprise for me. And later, I didn't know how to react for that because normally it is under the TTD board. It is it's a quasi-government. It's not a part of the government yet. It is a part of the government, we can say, appointed by the Honorable Chief Minister. So it was a bit, we don't know how to react, but definitely the uproar, it is something I felt bad because I know it is a very sensitive issue. So I was thinking about it. Finally, I said, and all these things put together, right from Lord Ayyappa to everything, the constant attack, and nobody talks about it. Same thing happens to either a church or a mosque, how people would, what kind of uproar it will happen. When it comes to Lord Balaji, who is universally is being on par with the Vatican, and such violation of that some kind of happened, and how come we are not responding? And I felt suddenly I realized, even for me, from a devotee, then I realized I have a responsibility to talk about it, then I started doing.
But the counter to it, and this is what the Supreme Court also questioned, saying what was the hurry to go public with this allegation when the impure prasad or the impure laddus weren't handed over to devotees? Is there unfortunately politics that seeped into this issue?
No, because the Honorable Judicial Justice, Honorable Justice, who said it, maybe for their view, the way their point of view is maybe in a way that is right, but we have to understand what happened before to come to that point. So it was an ongoing, the issues which have been, it came to a point where we had to say it. because we are extremely sensitive in that way, because we being Hindus, we don't want to create any kind of politics around the temple. Otherwise, I personally would have done when Lord Rama's statue was hacked. His head was separated. If we want to make a political dividend out of it, we could have done. But our entire the battle is about that administrative failures. It's about corruption. It was never about Hindu Dharma. So why would we do that? I think that was our contention.
Okay. Focusing now on Andhra Pradesh, and this was one allegation that came up against the Jagan government. Since you've come to power, there's been a lot of talk about what Jagan did wrong while he was the chief minister or under his leadership. One that's emerged in the last 1 week is also that allegedly there were bribes that were paid to the previous Jagan government for that solar power deal to go through with the Adani group. Is the Andhra government now, under your leadership, under Naidu Garu's leadership, looking into conducting an investigation or maybe scrapping the deal?
No, regarding the previous government, we came with 7 white papers, right from alcohol, because there are a lot of irregularities. There is no doubt there are a lot of irregularities. And we've been saying it for the last 5 years, right from reverse tendering to Polavaram project. So we've been saying right from liquor policy. They made it like their personal fiefdom. They're not accountable to people. They're not accountable to public. They're beyond law. They're above the law. That's what the previous regime functioned. Once this government, NDA government, came into power under the leadership of Honorable CM Sri Narendra Modi, Sri CBNJ, we are very clear, and his approach is very clear. Let us dig into each and every aspect. Just let us not, just for the sake of blaming it, let us not do it. But we had released around 7 white papers, and each and every irregularity, we had done a very thorough analysis, thorough investigation, and then we had taken action, and then we had realized, and we had released a white paper. So that would, in the same way, when you were talking about that energy deals, or whatever we are seeing today, definitely they should, it will be looked into. Because I was busy in this entire meeting, so I didn't look into it. Once I go back, I think we will look into it. I had to meet Honorable CM. Maybe in a cabinet we'll discuss and see. Then I'll understand what is the course of action being taken collectively.
Do you think there is a possibility of scrapping the deal? Because the problem and the catch-22 situation of sorts is, one, yes, there are allegations of corruption, but at the same time, it means also a huge amount of development for Andhra Pradesh.
So Andhra is the front runner in green energy, and we've been can say we are prime in, we are ahead. Maybe that's the reason why I think the major deal happened in Andhra. It is not just because of Mr. Dunn. It happened with a lot of previous other companies were initiated, basically from local entrepreneurs. And they have initiated this, and from there I think it caught up, and Andhra as being a forerunner in this, I think that caught the interest for everyone to come and invest, and to go, because a lot of incentives had been given for that. We don't know as or now how this deal happened, so we have to look into it. And my understanding is about, even Hindenburg also came, and they tried to attack Adani Group. And we realized it is different conspiracy theories are there. And also, this is purely, it's not from the Andhra Pradesh government point of view. It is my point of view. I am looking at definitely Department of Justice, whatever charges they made, I think we should be looked into. But it happened in US. And from our side, but also they named the state of southern, one of the southern states, which is Andhra Pradesh. We should look into it. And the way we explored the irregularities before, and the same, I think it should be explored, and it should have a deep investigation should be done, and we should understand. And also, I personally look at this way, the timing of it. When Adani Group gave a gave a timeline to Bangladesh about to pay their electricity bills, what are the money, and that you know, that fight between Adani Group and Bangladesh, and at the same time this is happening, this timing is also should be looked into it.